Hi, my name is Georgette Forney, and I'm co-founder of the Silent No More Awareness Campaign. Welcome to April of Healing the Shockwaves of Abortion. This month, we are addressing the impact abortion has on you, the surviving sibling of an aborted baby. My daughter was 8 years old when she found out I had an abortion when I was 16. And it took her a long time to work through the different feelings that she went through. It's a strange thing to realize that your parents, one of your parents or as a couple, have aborted a baby, either before you were born or after. You've lost a family member. For some people, learning about an aborted sibling is no big deal, while others, like my daughter, really needed to process the loss. If you're struggling with the knowledge of your parent aborting a baby, I want you to know you are not alone. I've asked Renee, who is also a surviving sibling of an aborted baby, to share with you how she felt when she learned about her mother's abortion, as well as how she's found some helpful resources, and she's going to give you some advice that can help you as well.
She told us that that there had been an abortion, and immediately our heart, she was just so sad that immediately, we went up and we comforted her. I mean, I was sad by that news, but I was more concerned for her. I think the grief kind of hit me later. There was like this deep sadness, like days after I found out. This deep sadness, and I couldn't exactly figure it out. It was as if one of my nursing home friends had died. I had been volunteering at the nursing home and lost a lot of friends, so it felt like that, but nobody had died. Then I realized it was my brother. So, it caused a lot of pain, and I kind of, at times, wanted to, cast him off. Like, I don't want to think about you. This grief starts to creep up on you. Who wants to deal with that? It feels so strange to this delayed grief. This person, I had not known for 11 years that Joey existed. And suddenly, I was grieving for somebody who was here among us for 7 weeks only. I had no idea. And, it's something that you kind of want to forget in some ways. Like maybe 6 or 7 years after finding out, I was starting to seek out healing. But the problem was, I didn't want people to know that Renee Grimm was a post-abortive sibling, because my mom had not mentioned it to everybody. So I kind of wanted to let mom be the one to tell, but I needed help. And so I prayed on it. I was just, should I go as Renee seeking help? And I decided to go, I prayed on it, and I came up with an acronym, Susie Ofanaba. And I loved it because it sounded like a name. Susie is a name that lots of people have. And so it's an acronym for surviving sibling of an aborted baby. So while there's only one Susie Ofanaba in the world, and that's me, there's millions, really. We are so many of us surviving siblings of an aborted baby. What I did was I started a Facebook page, and it was called Abortion Hurts Siblings and Others. And I started to share my story a little bit. I started a blog so that people off of Facebook can get to know my story as well. And one of the things that is most important to me is to prove that siblings are also hurting. I mean, people abort for the sake of the siblings, and it's not always easy for us. I don't want people, like, I'm not doing that in a mean way, but people have spoken up and they've introduced me. These post-abortives have introduced me to their children, or they've found me through my blog. And what I have now, I think it's been about 2 years, is a secret group on Facebook. And it's with 70 siblings at this point. And it's been amazing. It is completely, Teresa is in there, because Teresa has done so much work with us, Teresa Bonapartis. But it is a place where, whether your parents are whether your parents know that you're speaking or not, you have a safe place. Nobody's going to bash your parents. You can be pro-choice. In my group, what's very important is, for me, is that I have at least one pro-choice sibling. And, you know, but the thing is, it's like, she's still hurting. You know, it's not just the pro-life that hurt. You know, I remind them of ways not to internalize, you know. I remind them of journaling, which can help, you know, and just, for me, sometimes when I journal about my brother, I'm just writing random words, and then out comes what was stuck about my brother. Kind of interesting to read. So I tell them about that kind of journaling. I tell them about the therapy in art, which is one way that I found a lot of healing. Nothing in particular, just drawing. And it doesn't have to be shown to anybody. Music is healing. I show them about the different ways that they can be healed, and I'm there for them. Some want memorial drawings, which I've done many memorial drawings, and so it's an honor to be able to customize for them. If they know the name, they know something that reminds them. It's an honor to pay tribute via my artwork. So I don't know, I'm just kind of there for them. I let them know that they can message me anytime, and I just try not to push. I try to be careful with the whole religion thing until I know what their beliefs are. If they mention God, then I can pray. I say I'm praying for them. So I just kind of let them. I let them dictate, but it's like also, you know, I will do checkups on them. You know, like a week later, how are you feeling? I've been thinking about you, you know, or whatever. I mean, so, you know, and if there are like retreats or things that I know about siblings nearby, then I will pass on resources, you know. Oh, and something I do is I give them the opportunity to share on my Facebook pages or my blog. It can be anonymous. Like, you know, my first works were anonymous, and that was so freeing. You can tell your story, and the world does not have to know it's you, but someone who's relating can, you know, can really benefit. Or somebody who had not thought about it that way can totally change their views because of your bravery in speaking up. I admire all who have spoken up, because it's reading somebody else's reflection. Sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't say it out loud, but those are my thoughts right there.